At the law office of Cad Nelson and Associates, we deal with all types of sex crimes. The first thing to realize is that there's numerous types of sex crimes. There's sexual assault of a child, sexual assault, and then there's all kinds of possession of child porn issues. There's also some crimes called indecency of a child, but let's kind of go through them and kind of talk about them because it's important to understand what's really going on in the sex crime world. First off, the number one thing to realize is that the old term that we've always heard forever, the rape's not even really a word in the Texas Penal Code. We've always thought from seeing movies and stories and what have you, a rape is some pervert in an alley, grabs a woman, throws her down and forces her to have sex. That's not really what's going on in the sex crime world. Bottom line, it's kind of into three categories: adult on child, and then there's possession of child porn. Probably the most prevalent one is the adult touching children, and we see a lot of that, and that's where you have aggravated sexual assault of a child. You also have sexual assault of a child, and there's another major crime that the legislature put in several years ago called continuous sexual assault of a child. And that basically means if that child has been touched over the course of a month at least 3 times by the same individual, that's considered continuous sexual assault of a child, and that can be 25 years to life. So that's a monster crime, and it should be, to be honest. So whenever you're dealing with children cases, clearly the worst type. As bad as it is the worst type, it's also the worst type to be falsely accused of, because you talk about a crime that just ruins you. It just changes your life, much like when Wile E. Coyote comes to that screeching halt when he's chasing Bugs Roadrunner. That's your life. The other type is basically what is close to a rape is the adult on adult. And to be honest with you, we don't see that much. It's just not out there as much as it is. It comes up occasionally, usually in the form of some kind of date rape, and that's where the accusations of the rohypnol and the other date rape drugs, those kind of come into that, and that kind of works out that way. The other big one that we deal with all the time is the possession of child porn. We see this around the clock. Tons of cases. People think when they get in their house and they're playing on their computer that they can do whatever they want. They're in their own house, they're comfortable, they're not really worried about it. But what people don't realize, depending on your internet connection, let's say you have Infinity's monitoring everything that comes through your cable. Ultimately, if you're downloading kiddie porn, they're going to report it to the police. The police are going to turn around, get involved, and then come set up some kind of sting on you where they're further monitoring it, and then they'll finally get a warrant and they'll come to the house, take all your computers, your cell phones, and turn it into a case. There is one additional thing that's really gone on and has really become a crazy thing to deal with is the things that are going on with kids. I'm talking about minors, people that would be charged in the juvenile justice system. Nowadays, kids are sending around pictures of each other. In theory, if there's two 16-year-olds that are trading pictures, they're in possession of child porn. They don't even realize that. I mean, there are kids committing these crimes almost daily. Every time they exchange a picture, they're committing another felony. It really needs to be taught in the schools what's going on because it's just can be detrimental to their life, and we're seeing a lot of that. We're going down to juvenile and Atwater down here in Texas City and defending these cases pretty regularly. No matter what you're charged with, it's so imperative that you get good counsel. If you need our help, let us help you.